Hey everyone! So today we're going to break down the professional blueprint for building an interior design portfolio that absolutely stands out. If you're a student or you're just starting out and you're looking to build a real career, you're in exactly the right place. So let's roll out the blueprints and get to it.
Okay, first things first, let's get one thing crystal clear. Your portfolio, it is not a scrapbook of your prettiest work. It's the most powerful tool you have. I mean, think about it. It's your resume, it's your interview, and it's your sales pitch all rolled into one. Seriously, the stakes could not be higher.
You have to think of it like this. Your portfolio is your professional first impression. I saw this great quote that says it's often the first point of contact for potential employers and clients. And that's so true. Before anyone even meets you, before you get a chance to explain your vision, your portfolio has already done the talking for you. So we've got to make sure it's saying all the right things. All right, so section 1. This is all about laying the foundation. We're going to talk about how to craft your own unique design story, what to actually include, and more importantly, how to weave it all into a narrative that's so compelling it gets you hired. The first thing you need to get is that employers are looking for range. It's just not enough to show one thing you do really well. They want to see your versatility. Can you handle residential? What about commercial? They also need proof of your technical chops. We're talking detailed drawings, space plans. And here's the kicker, and you really need to hear this. They want to see your process work. A quick tip here, don't just show your sketches. Pick one or two and annotate them to explain why you made a certain decision. That's the thinking they're trying to hire. All these pieces together, they build a picture of a designer who's well-rounded and ready to go. And this whole idea of process is how you tell a story for each project. Look, don't just throw in that final, gorgeous photo at the end. Walk them through the whole journey. You start with that initial, maybe even messy, concept sketch. Then you show the mood board where you pulled all your inspiration together. Next comes the polished 3D render, and then, only then, do you hit them with that stunning final photo. See, that sequence doesn't just show a result, it tells a story of how you solve problems.
So if you take one thing away from this section, let it be this. Employers are hiring your brain, not just your eye for nice furniture. They want to see how you think, how you get from a completely blank page to a fully finished space. Your process, that's what makes you unique.
Now, I know what a lot of you are probably thinking right now. It's the big one, the anxiety that so many students have. What if I don't have a bunch of real-world client-paid projects? Okay, deep breath, don't worry. This is not a roadblock. In fact, it's the opposite. Your academic work is your secret weapon. For real. Those school projects are where you got to explore wild concepts, push boundaries, and really hone your skills. So take your absolute best work, refine it, hey, maybe even re-render a few things, and present it with the same level of professionalism you would for a paying client. It's an incredibly powerful way to show your potential. Okay, let's move on to the next layer of our blueprint. Color. Because it's not just about what looks pretty, it's a whole language. In section 2, we're going to cover how you can use color theory to communicate emotion and take your designs from just good to absolutely unforgettable. So what even is color theory? Let's keep it super simple. It's basically the science and the art of using color. It's all about understanding how different colors play off each other, how they make people feel, and how you can use them strategically to create a very specific mood in a space. Let's look at two basic ways to think about this. On one hand, you have analogous colors. These are colors that sit right next to each other on the color wheel. Think of a super cozy reading nook with warm reds and oranges. It just feels harmonious, right? Then, on the other hand, you have complementary colors. These are total opposites, like a vibrant orange and a cool blue. That pairing creates this bold, high-energy contrast that would be perfect for, say, a dynamic creative office. Understanding which one to choose is everything because it completely changes the story of the room. This, right here, is one of the most powerful tools you have. Every single color carries a kind of psychological weight. Blue can communicate trust and calm, which is perfect for a corporate office. Purple can suggest luxury and creativity, maybe for a boutique hotel. Here's a little pro tip for you. Try applying the 60-30-10 rule. That means 60% of your space is a dominant color, 30% is a secondary color, and that last 10% is your accent. It creates a balanced, professional look every single time.
All right, so we're at the final stage of our build here. You've got your content, you understand the theory. Now, how do you actually put it all together? Section 3 is all about using the right professional tools to build your portfolio.
And this is a question I get constantly. Canva and PowerPoint are easy to use, they're right there. So why should you go through the hassle of learning something more complex? Well, the answer is pretty simple because you're a professional and you want to look like one.
It really comes down to professional standards. Adobe InDesign is the industry tool for a reason. Just using it signals that you speak the language of professional design firms. Now, Canva is great for quick social media graphics, but it's template-based, and that can really limit your creativity. InDesign, though, it forces you to think like a layout designer about every single detail, building skills that you will actually use in your future career.
Look, using InDesign isn't just about checking a box on your resume. It's a design exercise that actually makes you a better communicator. You have to think about visual hierarchy. What's the most important thing on this page? You have to master grid systems, alignment, and the strategic use of white space. These are the absolute fundamentals of visual storytelling. And this is where it all clicks into place. InDesign is the professional container for that amazing story we talked about back in section 1. It's the tool that lets you bring everything, your sketches, your technical drawings, your mood boards, your final photos, into one single, seamless, and totally compelling narrative. And just like that, we're at the final presentation. You've laid the foundation with your story, you've chosen your materials with color theory, and you've used Pro Tools to build it. Your blueprint, it's become a finished structure. And here's something I really want you to take with you. Your portfolio is never truly done. It's a living, breathing document that should grow and evolve right along with you. Think of it as a snapshot of your unique design thinking at this very moment. So keep updating it, keep refining it, and let it grow with your career. So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. When a potential employer or a new client closes your portfolio, what's the one thing you want them to remember about you? What story does your portfolio really tell? Just make sure it's the one you want to be told.